So before starting, okay, so what did we learn in the previous session, my dear friends? Can you tell me what did we learn? Okay, we'll just do a quick revision and then we will start. Okay, so what kind of data structure is dictionary? What kind of data structure is it? Is it mutable, immutable? Okay, unordered. Okay, so you tell me whether it is mutable or immutable. Mutable. So is it ordered or sequential? Okay, or sorry, is it unordered or sequential? Okay, it is unordered? Okay, so why do we call it as unordered? Why do we call it as unordered? Can you tell me why do we call it as unordered? Yeah, quickly, why do we call it as unordered? Can't access the index. Okay, one more. Why can't we access the index? Why can't we access the index? Why can't we access the index? I want you to answer this. Okay, no, it is not immutable, because it is not because immutable. Why can't we access the index? I mean, why can't we use index to access the element? Yeah, Priyanka, right? It is not arranged properly. It is unordered. It means, okay, the order of the elements would not be in the way that we have actually, inserted, isn't it? It won't be in the same fashion as we have inserted. It might get stored in any manner that, the algorithm decides, right? So that is the reason we call it as unordered, and will not be able to access the elements, using the index, right? Okay, so having said that, so exactly, the position cannot be guaranteed. Okay, so and what kind of, in what way the elements would be structured in a dictionary? In what way? Key value pair. Okay, key value pair, very good. Right, so as part of key, okay, can we have mutable data as part of your key value? Can we have mutable data? Okay, no. Okay, not possible. Okay, so can we have multiple keys in a dictionary? Is it possible to have multiple dictionaries? Okay, did you guys try that? Did you guys try that? Did you guys try or not? Did you guys trying to have multiple dictionary, I mean multiple keys? Okay, so when you try to add another key, what happened? What happened when you try to add another key? Like, say for example, dict of, Subhash is equal to one more number. If the key already existed, what happened? The already existing key got, okay, updated, isn't it? The old value will be replaced with the new value when you're trying to update the key value, isn't it? Hello, yes or no? Okay, it shows the updated value. Okay, right. And I think pretty much good. So I think you understood the basics. Okay. So okay, what is the function used to get only the value in key value pair? I want to get only the values from the dictionary and use it in for loop. In that case, what is the method used? Values. Okay. What if I want only the keys? What is the okay? So you will have the method keys. Okay. Very good. Yeah, very good. So what if I want both the elements? Okay, where I want to use it as yeah, items. Okay, if I want to use it as an iterable in a for loop. Okay, and okay, right. Okay, so okay, so any other methods you remember? Any other methods you remember? Update. Okay, cool. Then what else? Get. Okay, by the way, how does get work? What if I try to get the value of a key and that key does not exist? Then what will happen? Then what will happen? Default value. So we can give the default value to get method, isn't it? We can give the default value to not zero, no, it will be the default. We can give default value to the get method and that value will get updated, right? No, right? Okay, so having said that, fine. So append. Okay, fine. So guys, so I think pretty much this is more than enough. Okay, so guys, did you practice it? Did you practice? Okay. Okay, so Avantika is asking enumerate a function. Okay, so Avantika, that is not added here, but still, shall I make a quick video and send it to you, Avantika, so that I will not waste much of time in that enumerate and all that. Simple thing. It's a very simple method. Okay, it's not a function; it's a method. Okay, so I'll make a video and send it to you. Is that okay? Okay. So not frequently used method though. That is the thing. Okay. Right. So did you understand these methods that I've actually done? Okay. By the way, guys, I'll do one thing. Okay. Okay. How many of you are following my YouTube videos? If you have gone through, how many of you are following my YouTube videos? Okay, you guys are following. By the way, what is your opinion? Is it good, bad, not good? Okay, what is your opinion? Yeah, you can give your honest opinion. Good? Is it good? Okay, are you able to understand? Okay, fine. So I'm planning to make few interview questions for Python and give it to you like that. Okay, shall I do that? Shall I do that? Okay, like Avantika asked me to discuss enumerate method. Okay, so there are many methods like that, so I'll tell you how to make use of such kind of methods. Okay, so I'll try. Okay, so because I'm quite busy with this corporate training also, I'm handling some corporate trainings for some 2 3 companies jointly. That is the reason. But once I am free of that, I think by next week I'll become free. I'll try to give some more extra concepts like this. Is that okay? So I have structured the course, okay, to have all the most commonly used methods. There are hundreds of methods used in every data structures, right? So discussing hundreds of methods becomes quite difficult. So I think it is better to have some kind of videos and share it with you. Is that okay? Right? Yeah. Okay. So fine then. And also after the course, what I'll do is I will give some interview questions also, so that you can also solve it. Fine. Okay, so that is how you can improve your thinking level also, right? So let us not put everything together now itself in the course. So once you again revision, you know what, after the class, after the course, I'll give you time for doing the revision completely by using my online book and going to the materials. Okay, and then I will start giving you some more assignments. Okay, now having said that, okay, so having said that, let's start with today's data structure. What is today's data structure? Yeah, what is today's data structure? We call it as set. Okay, again a very simple data structure. Okay, so even let me go back to the first initial page. Okay, what kind of Fahmida Begum is asking, can we get online book in PDF format? Okay, I myself don't have it in PDF format. I just directly uploaded it on the website. Okay, so I don't know. You can, I think you can just try to take the print like that. I don't have a PDF. Honestly, I don't have a PDF of that. Okay, so I just wrote the book. Okay, just like that during the lockdown. Okay, that is what I did during lockdown. Okay, so I just wrote it and I uploaded it on the website. Okay. Okay, so having said that, guys, so what kind of data structures are sets? What kind of data structures are sets? Again, let us start. Okay, they are unordered data structure, isn't it? They are unordered data structure. Okay, again, so it means that the element stored into a set will not be in the order that you have actually inserted. It would take its own random order, right? So that is one more thing. And then again, sets cannot have unhashable types like list, dictionary, and set. Okay, so not list and dictionary, right? Okay, and then okay, we'll discuss more while going through the programs. Program 11, program 11. Okay, so let us start from here. This one program will give you a lot of input. Okay, so let us start discussing that. Okay, so first thing is that, okay, so what is this giving? By the way, if suppose I want to create an empty dictionary, what is that I will do? What will I do if I want to create an empty dictionary? What is that I will do? Okay, so yeah, one way is calling dict. The other way is, you remember I told, I can do it like this also. Dict is equal to open the brace and close the brace, isn't it? So, okay, by the way, you tell me this first. Let us do this first. Okay, tell me, how do you represent list? How do you, which operator will you use? Okay, which symbol will you use? Okay, this one. If suppose I want to represent a tuple, then which symbol will I use? I will use this one, isn't it? And if suppose I want to represent, okay, the dictionary, right? This is a symbol that we'll use, right? And similarly, if I want to represent a set, which symbol will I use actually? Okay, so basically that is, so for set also we will use the same symbol like this. Okay, but you cannot create a set by saying dict is equal to open brace, close brace, right? It will not work. This will not work because, okay, when you say dict is equal to open brace, close brace, or when you say set is equal to open brace, close brace, that would be considered as a dictionary. Clear? When you say something variable is equal to open brace, close brace like this, okay, empty brace like this, so this will be automatically considered as a dictionary. You're getting it? It will be considered automatically as a dictionary, right? So that is the reason. If you see, I'll show you something over here. Okay, so let us do this once. uh, D is equal to open brace, close brace. Okay. And when I say type of D, okay, what is it, guys? What is it, guys? Can you tell me? It is of type dict. So it is a dictionary. Okay. Now, if I say again, D is equal to set, okay, and then try to print D, what will be the output when I say D? Tell me what could be the output. Did you see that? It would say it is of type set. Okay, it will not give empty open brace, close brace, rather it says set. Okay, because this is how you represent an empty set. Okay, now if I try to say type of D, then it will say it is of type class set. Is that clear? Hello, is that clear? Okay, so you cannot create a set using open brace, close brace. If you try to create something like D is equal to open brace, close brace, but then by default it is considered as a dictionary. Yeah. Is that clear? Is this first thing clear, guys? Yeah, just say clear in the chat box if it is clear. Just say clear. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to cover almost most of the things. Okay. Few things I want you to try by yourself. Okay. After the class, so that you will make it will make more sense to you. Like, doing all this. I want you to try all these things. Right? Is that okay? Now, having said that, let me just remove all this. Now, so what is happening over here? I'm creating an empty set and I'm just trying to print that set. Okay, so the output is an empty set. Did you see that? Is that clear? Is the first one clear, guys? Hello? Is this first one clear? Shall I move to the next one? Shall I move to the next one? Okay, this is used to create an empty set. Okay, now, so what is that I'm doing over here now? Set 2 is equal to, okay, 1, 2, 3, 1 comma 2 comma 3. So is it a dictionary or a set? Is it a dictionary or a set? Okay, so how can you say it is a set? How can you say it is a set, or how can you say it is a dictionary? I mean, how can you say that? Can you tell me, is it a dictionary? Yes. Who is that? Guys, tell me, how can you say it is a set or a dictionary? Exactly. What do you need in a dictionary? Yeah. What do you need in a dictionary? In a dictionary, you need a key value pair, isn't it? In a dictionary, you need a key value pair, isn't it? Okay. So do you have a key value pair over here? Do you have a key value pair over here? In dictionary, there would be a key value pair and then a comma, key value pair, comma, key value pair. But here, do we have a key value pair? No, right? So therefore, what does this become? Okay, this becomes what? This becomes a set. Yes or no? Is that clear? So that is what I'm trying to print over here. I'm printing those, and what happens here is I get 1, 2, 3 gets printed. Is that clear? Hello, is that clear? Okay, right. Now, having said that, now what am I doing here? So what is set 2 containing for now? 1, 2, 3, isn't it? What is set 2 containing? 1, 2, 3. Okay. Now when I add 4 to it, what happens? When I add 4 to it, what happens? Okay, I'm adding this element, right? So add is a method. Write down somewhere. Add is a method to add an element into the set. Okay, so what happens over here? So as you can see, when I print this, I'll get 1, 2, 3, 4. Clear? Is that clear? It gives you 1, 2, 3, 4. Hello. Is that okay? Not okay. Clear with that? Okay. So having said that, now what am I doing here now? Can you tell me what am I doing? No clear. Vaishnavi, no clear. Vaishnavi, what is it? No clear, ma? Can you tell me what is not clear, Vaishnavi? No, no, 1 second. Vaishnavi, something is not clear with Vaishnavi. 1 second. Let us see that. Vaishnavi, no, sir, by mistake. Okay. Okay, fine. So, guys, 1 minute. Okay, fine. So what are we doing? We are removing 4 from the what is it? Set. Okay, so what will be the output? 1, 2, 3. So the output is also shown. Is that clear? Is these two clear? Okay. So quite simple here. If you understood list tuple and a dictionary, you will be able to understand how to work with this. Okay. Next. So I want to show you something very important. Just check out over here. Set 3 is equal to, what is the data? Can you tell me? Set 3, what is the data? 56712, correct? 5 6, hello, here set 3 5 6 7 1 2. But when I print that, okay, can you see how it is ordered over here? I mean, how is it as arranged over here? Did you see that? Okay, it is arranged in 1 2 5 6 7. This shows that, okay, it is not in the form of sorted, but it is, kind of unordered. Okay, so based on few algorithms, it would actually get sorted. I mean, it would get arranged like this. Okay, it is called as unordered data structure. Right. So basically, why do we use what all operations that you do using sets in mathematics? Can you tell me what all you do using sets in mathematics? Okay, you remember set, you did that Venn diagram and all that. You will do unions. Okay, you will do intersection, you will do difference and all kind of things. So that is also possible in this data structure. Basically, this data structure was designed to replace that sets that you did in mathematics. Okay, like union, difference, intersection, symmetric difference, and so on and so forth. I've given you a few example over here. You can make note of that. Right. First one, what do you mean by union? What do you mean by union? What do you mean by union? Can you tell me, guys? What do you mean by union? Don't see this and all. Just say, everything should be included, isn't it? It is an union of a union says union. It is a combination of all, isn't it? Okay. Now, did you see this? I'm using this operator. Okay. When I'm using this operator with sets, it becomes your union operator in sets. Okay. So now, what is set 2 containing? Can you tell me? What is set 2 containing? Set 2, 1, 2, 3. It contains 1, 2, 3. Okay. And what is set 3 containing? What is set 3 containing? 5 6 7 1 2. That is 1 2 5 6 7. So when I say the union of the both, what will I get? both will be combined into one, isn't it? And then stored into set one, correct? No, it will be stored into set one, isn't it? Okay, so what will be the output? What will be the output? 1 2 3 5 6 7. Okay guys, just a moment, I think there is a small internet problem. 1 second guys, 1 second guys, just give me a moment. Guys, what can you see on my screen? Word document. 1 second. Guys, can you hear me now? Hello? Guys, can you hear me? Okay, fine. Right, okay. So, right, okay. So now guys, tell me. Okay, so set 1 is equal to set 2 or with set 3. So this is basically a combination of all this, correct? Now, is that clear? Yeah? Is these two clear? Is these two clear? Okay. Now, next, okay, don't worry. Check out. I'm going to give you a very beautiful interview question. Okay, so you will know how to just wait for that. Okay. Now, next, intersection. What do you mean by intersection? What do you mean by intersection? Just take the common elements that are there in both the sets, isn't it? So, what is the operator that you use for intersection? Okay, what is the operator that you are using for intersection? And okay, so set 2 and with set 3. So tell me what should be the output. Set 2 and you have set 2 and set 3. Okay, so what should be the, what are the common elements? 1 and 2. Okay, so did you see that? I get the common elements over here. I'm getting the common elements. Is that clear here? Okay, guys, am I fast? Am I fast? Are you able to understand? What is it? Am I fast? No, you're able to understand what I'm saying? Okay, right. So these are over. Next, what do you mean by difference? Okay, set 2 minus set 3. So what will happen? Can you please say that in the English statement in the chat box? Put that in the English forum. Okay, and don't give one or two words. I want you to write it in English format. Okay, so don't see the output. I will anyway show. I know the output is on the screen, but I don't want to just write it in English language in the way you have understood that. Please put that in the chat box. Set 2 minus of set 3 difference. What do you mean? I wanted to put that in English. Set 3 will be removed from the set 2 and the remaining of set 2. Okay, so this becomes more difficult for me to understand. Elements present in set 2 should not be present in set 3. No, what will be there in set 1? What will be there in set 1? What will be there in set 1? That is what, end of the day, I want that data to be in set 1, right? So that is the thing. So what will be there in set 1 is what I'm asking. The set that is present in first minus, okay, right. Fine. What is set 2? Keep answering my question then. What is set after removing common elements? Okay. So keep answering my question. What is set 2? See, the reason I asked you to write this in English is that when you write it, okay, see, I'll tell you guys, listen to me. When you make sentences, okay, automatically there would be a picture that comes to your mind, so that it will remain in your head for a long time. You agree with me, guys? Are you understanding what I'm saying? When you actually make sentences, right, so automatically your mind will start visualizing pictures for those sentences, and that will be there in your mind for a long time. Okay, so that is the reason I'm asking you to make sentences. Anyways, we'll first see the example and then make sentences in our mind, right? So okay, see here, set 2 minus set 3. So what is in set 2? Keep answering my question. What is in set 2? 1 2 3. Okay, so from 1 2 3 I am subtracting set 3, which is nothing but 5 6 7 1 2. So what will happen? See, the result is 3. So what does that mean? What does that mean? So whatever is there in set 3 would be removed from set 2 and the 3 would be remaining, isn't it? As you can see, 1 2 is there in set 3, so this 1 2 would be removed from set 2 and only the 3 will be remaining, and that would be actually stored into set 2. Is that clear? Is that, guys, did you understand this? Now can you make that as a statement and put that in English in your book or somewhere, wherever you want? Okay, so even after the class you can do that. Will you do that after the class? Will you do that after the class? I want you to put that in the form of a statement and write it on the on your book or material or wherever it is, right? Okay, now what do you mean by symmetric difference? What do you mean by symmetric difference? See, I've given you for here, I've given you over here. Okay, remove those elements that are common in both. Did you see that? Okay, so like this, I want you to make statement so that it will be easy for you to remember, right? So this is called a symmetric difference. What do you mean by symmetric difference? Remove those elements that are common in both. Okay, now what are those elements that are common in both? You only tell me. You see this and tell me what are those elements which are common in both. Okay, what are those elements which are common in both? Okay, 1 2 are common, so remove those elements that are common in both. So what will remain is 3 5 6 7. Correct now, guys? It is 3 5 6 7. Did you understand this? Hello? So I now is that statement helping you out? Is that statement helping you out? Right? So I want you to make some statements like that so that it will be easy for you to remember. Okay. Okay. Till here, is that clear, guys? Till here, is this clear? Till here, is that clear? Okay. So now I have a question for you. Okay. So what will be okay? The question is, what will be the, if suppose I try to print the ID of set one, okay, then it would be the same as earlier or it would be different? Will it be the same as earlier or it would be different? I want you to answer this question now. Okay, so can you take this as your assignment? Can you try this out, guys? Can you try this out? Yes or no? Or you want me to show it? Will you try this out? Because if I show it, then you will not do it. Okay, can you please try it out? You have to try. Can you please write it down somewhere? I want you to just do. Okay, I also want you to do all this update and I mean add the element and removing the element. I want you to. Okay, you tell me here, after adding the element, set2 will be the same or different? The address would be the same or different when you print the ID. Okay, try it out. No, no, see. Okay, don't give any answer now. Don't give any answer. Okay, please don't give any answer without trying. Okay, first I want you to try it out. Okay, and then, okay, by the way, set is mutable or immutable? Set is mutable or immutable? Set is mutable or immutable? Guys, tell me, set is mutable or immutable? Okay, it is mutable, right? It is mutable. Yeah, so did I write it over here somewhere? Okay, so I don't know if I've written it over here. Okay, set is mutable. Okay, set is mutable. Okay, keep that in mind. Set is mutable. Dictionary is mutable or immutable? Dictionary is mutable or immutable? Dictionary is mutable or immutable? It is mutable. Okay, even set is mutable. Okay, even sets are mutable. Okay, even sets are mutable. So that is okay. So if it is mutable and when you add those elements with the, will the address ID change or not? Will it change? Will it change, guys? It'll change. Yo, it'll change. The address will change. Who is that? Oh my god. Okay, if you update the elements in a, okay, list is mutable, immutable. List is mutable or immutable? List is mutable or immutable? Mutable. So if I add elements into a list, if I add elements into a list, okay, will the address change or not? It will not change. Okay. Then what about dictionary? What about dictionary? Okay, so that is why I'm telling you, you will have to try this out. Okay, you'll have to try this out. Okay, I can tell you, if I say you will not remember, you have to try this out. You have to try this out. Okay, can you try this out, my dear friends? Guys, can you please try this out? See, let me tell you something. Okay, I'm telling you with my expertise, not expertise, experience. I'm telling you with my experience that until you do it, your mind cannot take it. Okay, no, so how much ever I say, yes, it is a path. It is a path for you to achieve success. Okay, I am a teacher, and I am just, I am in the path of, I am taking you, I'm just standing here and saying, boss, see there, boss, that is the way, you have to go there. That is the only thing that I can do. Guys, that is the only thing that I can do. I can just tell you, suppose you're going from a source to a destination. In between you met me, okay, and you're asking me, Subhash, how do I reach my destination, which is a route? So I'm saying, see boss, that is a route. And who has to walk? Who has to walk and take the route here? Who has to? You have to do it. There is no other go. You have to do it. Okay, absolutely, you have to do it, right? There is no other way. Okay, I cannot hold your hand, I cannot take you till there, right? Then if I hold your hand and take you till there, then you will not know how to come back. Yes or no? You will not know how to come back. There is a reason, right? So I want you to do it yourself. I'm only giving you a path. Okay, so now just guess. So if set is mutable and if you change or update any value to the set, the address, the ID will be the same or different? What is it? Okay, you check out. I'm not saying. Okay, so now fine. Having said that, now, so what is this now? Shall we go to the next one? Till here, did you understand, guys? Till here, did you understand? Okay, I'm not sure what is happening. Please one second. Please hold on now, one second. Guys, can you hear me what I'm saying? Hello, am I audible here? Guys, am I audible? Yes. Okay. Right. Okay. Now, so what kind of data is this? What kind of data is this? What kind of data is this? Yes, it is basically a string. Okay. Now, what am I doing here? What am I doing? What am I doing here? Can you tell me? What am I doing in this line? See, no, see and just understand. Okay. So I want to do, I'm there to help you out, but just tell me, what am I doing here? Okay. I am using the set function to create a set out of this particular string, isn't it? I am giving this string to it and then saying create a set out of the string, correct? And then what am I doing here? I'm trying to print it. Guys, is it helping that I'm going through line by line and asking you to see what is happening in each line? Okay, or you want me to say what each line is happening? Okay, because when I'm asking each line, I'm giving you a chance to think. Is that okay? Right? So is that okay? There's a string and I'm giving this string to this set function. Okay, and what happens? I'm then printing it. So it means I should have created created one set out of this string, isn't it? So shall we see that? Shall we see that? I wanted to see the difference, right? So can you see here? Can you see here? Okay, is this the one? Is the one? It should be D. Okay, did you see that? Yes. Okay, so what is there in this? And tell me what is missing. What is there and what is missing? Can you tell me what is there and what is missing? Okay, so what does this line indicate? I want you to tell me, what does this line indicate? What does this line indicate? Yeah, G is missing. No, G is there. Okay, so what is missing? D is missing, isn't it? So what does this indicate? What does this indicate? Yeah. Okay, cool. Tell me. Okay, why it is splitting? It is not splitting, it is just taking it and creating a set out of it. Okay, you give a string and say you create a set out of it, right? Now, so what does it say? Okay, it says sets cannot have duplicates. Okay, sets cannot have duplicates. Okay, sets cannot have duplicates. Okay, so Praveen was asking why is it actually splitting? It means he wanted the string to be as part of the set. Okay, let me show you that. Okay, don't worry, I'm going to show that to you. 1 second, right? Now, so did you understand that it cannot have duplicates is what I'm trying to tell you. It cannot have duplicates. Is that clear? Hello, is that clear? You cannot have duplicates there, right? Okay. Next, coming to the next one. So what am I doing in this case now? Can you tell me what's happening in this case? What am I doing to the set 4? What am I doing to set 4? I'm adding the element 3, correct? I'm adding the element 3. So is that, then I'm printing it. So is that 3 there? Is that 3 there in this? Yes, no, the 3 is there. Okay. Now what am I doing next? What am I doing next actually? Guys, what am I doing? Okay, I'm adding dog. Okay, I'm adding dogg. Okay, so now is that string there? Is that string there over here? Did you see that? Okay, so it's the string itself will become an element now. The string itself became an element. Okay, so Praveen, now it is not getting split. Did you see that? Okay, so when I give this particular string as input, it will create a set out of these out of the string. Okay, it will consider each of these character as a particular set element. Is that clear? Okay, now you see that I'm just adding a string itself and therefore that becomes a string over here. Clear? No, with us guys? Hello, is that clear? Did you see that? Okay, so I'm just adding it. Okay, fine. Shall I move to the next one? Hello, shall I move to the next one? Okay, now what are these? What kind of data structure is this? What kind of data structure is this? As you can see, what kind of data structure is that? They are tuples. Okay, now so set 5 is equal to, I'm creating a set out of this tuple t1, isn't it? So each one will be an element of this particular okay set. So let me see that. Did you see that? 1 2 3. Did you see that? 1 2 3. So it has taken each element as the set value and it has created a set. Is that clear? Yeah, hello, are these two lines clear to you guys? Fine. Hello, am I fast or you're understanding? What is it? Hello. Yes, clear. Fine. Now what about this? I'm adding set 5 dot add the tuple 2. So can you see that? So 1 2 3 and this tuple, this entire tuple is one element. It is considered as one element. So totally the set will have 4 elements. Is that clear? As this tuple to the set. Yes, correct. Hello, is that clear? Guys, is that clear? Okay, so now, did you understand the difference between giving this tuple as input to the set function and adding it separately, correct? That's why I told you, if you can just observe the complete program, almost all your doubts would be cleared. Okay, now you understood the difference, isn't it, guys? Isn't it? Hello, yes or no? Yeah. Hello. Okay. Yeah, I can see hardly some 10 people, 10 common people are, responding. Where are the remaining 40 to 50 people? I just want to know where are the remaining 40, 50 people. I want everyone to respond. Okay. Now, having said that, right. So what will happen here? What will happen here? What happens? Set 1, comma 2, comma 3. So what happens? Okay. Did you see that? What is happening? Guys, what is happening here? Hello. Oh, is it? Okay, I'm sorry, Balaji. Oh, is it? I didn't know that. Zoom gets slowed down when we chat. Okay, is it? Okay, okay. Cool, cool. Right. So, guys, fine. Here. So, what is happening over here? So, this is done. Okay. Create a set out of the list. Did you see that? Create a set, create a list out of the, create a set out of a list. Okay. Right. Now, I want to give you an assignment. Can I give you an assignment? Can I give you an assignment? Okay. So I want you to write down somewhere. I want you to add a list, to the set using the method dot add. Like how you add a tuple here, I want you to add a set and see what will happen. Okay, guys, do you understand what I'm saying? I want you to add a list, like how you add a tuple as part of your set and see what will happen. Okay, can you tell me what will happen? Okay, so in the sense you can do that as your assignment. I want you to do that. Okay, but not here. I'm not saying this. I'm not saying here. You remember, you understood what I'm saying. What am I asking you to do? Can you please write the statement there? Can you write the Python statement? Can you write the Python statement, what I'm trying to do? Exactly. Add list. Yes, I want you to do that. Please write down somewhere. Write down somewhere. Don't forget. Okay. Yeah. Add a list. Right. What is this here? Add. Okay. Lokesh, it is like how Praveen has written. Okay. Yeah. Something like that. Yes, Abhigna. Something like that. I want you to try out and see. Tell me whether it will give you an error or something like that. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So now we have another version of, this is done. This is done. So we have another version called as frozen set. Okay. It means that these sets are mutable, whereas if you want the sets to be immutable, then you can use this set called as frozen set. Okay, in that case you cannot have any kind of add or update methods for this particular set. These are the immutable version of the set. Is that clear? Okay, guys. Okay, not very frequently used. Okay, but still I just showed you that even this is available as part of your built-in functions in your Python library. Clear? Okay. By the way, I just want to ask you one more question. What do you mean by, okay, I know it's a very old question. Okay, we would have already discussed, but still I just want to know how many of you would remember. What do you mean by batteries included? What do you mean by batteries included in Python? What do you mean by batteries included in Python? Guys, you remember? Okay. Okay. So it means it comes with the Python software comes with lots of inbuilt library functions. Okay. All right. Okay. Fine. So let me output of this, guys. Fine. Cool. You're right. Right. So what do you mean the output of this sixth one? Output of this. Output of this. You tell me the output, guys. Okay. Cool. Right. 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 You tell me the output now. For this, I will show you what happens over here. Okay. So let me run this code. Guys, can you see my 1 second, 1 second. Guys, what can you see on the screen? Terminal. Okay. It used frozen set. Okay. So now give me a moment. So what does it say? Frozen set object has no attribute add. Okay. Is that clear? Write down somewhere, because this is what? Why is it like this? Why is it giving this error? Why is it giving this error? Because it is immutable, right? So such kind of methods are not supported by the frozen set class. Okay. All right. Okay. So what is this? Can you tell me now? Fine. What is this? What data structure is this? It is a dictionary. Okay. So what is this doing over here? What is this doing? Any idea what is this doing? Just guess what it is doing. Okay. Don't try typing and all that. Just guess what it could be doing and put that into English words. What this could be doing. Guys, I want you to, seriously think and put that in the chat box. Even if it is wrong, it's okay. I want you to just put that in the chat box. What is that it could be doing? It's an empty dictionary. Okay. So what is it doing? Set a default. Okay. What is it? Giving a tiger as a key and value of 0. Okay. So setting the default value as 0, isn't it? Okay. Setting the default value of tiger as 0. Okay. Let me try this out. Okay. Animals, right? Set default. So did you see the screen? Did you see the working, how it works, guys? Clear? I hope now it is clear. Okay. So when there is no key, I'm just adding a key and giving a default value to it as 0. Is that okay? So did you now understand? Did you get one more method? So there are plenty of methods, my dear friends. There are plenty of methods. Okay. It is not easy to, it is not, I mean, it is not needed that you'll have to memorize all the methods, but you should know some frequently used methods that I've given as part of this material. That is more than enough. And once you start working with your real-time projects, then you'll get to know what to use, what not to use and all that. Okay. Is that clear? Right? Okay. Now, so what is the output of this now? Next one. I think we have done such kind of methods. What is happening here? Can you tell me what is happening over here? Put that in your own clearly. You should be very clear. What am I doing here in this case? I'm sorting it. Okay. So let me see that. Shall I see that practically? Shall we do that practically, or will you do it? Will you do it, or you want me to do it practically over here? It will hardly take, hardly few seconds for me to do it. Okay. You'll do it. Okay. Okay. So I'm leaving it to you as an assignment. Eighth one. Guys, by the way, are you seriously doing it or not? Guys, are you seriously doing it or not? Hello, guys, are you seriously doing it or not? Okay, so please do it here. When I say do assignment, I'm just leaving it because thinking you will be doing it. So you have to do it. Okay. So guys, shall I share a small story in my life here? I just want to share that with you. If you're interested, I'll just share it. Okay. I don't want to waste your time if you feel, because I feel it is very much needed. Okay. Mm, it was while I was working with my first company. Okay, SPA Computers. Okay, it is SPA Computers. So I was writing this book. Okay, I was almost 22 something. It was 22 or some. I was 21. Yeah, 21 years. 21, 22 years. Okay, so I wanted to, I had this habit of writing a lot. I wanted to write. I loved writing. Okay, so that is when, I thought, I wanted to become the youngest technical author of India. Okay, so that was my dream. But unfortunately, there was already a technical author. His name is Ankit Fadia. I don't know if you have heard about him. He is called as the ethical hacker. So he wrote his book at the age of 14 itself. Okay, he had written the book at the age of 14, and he had already become the youngest technical author in India. Do you guys know Ankit Fadia? Have you heard of him or any time? No. Okay. So that time, nowadays I don't know where he's even. I'm not hearing about him a lot these days. But those days, there was a guy called as Ankit Fadia. He has written so many technical books, right? So I wanted to become. I just had this passion of becoming an author, and but still, I wrote it off. But even that time I did not know. After writing my book, I got to know that there is already one fellow who has written at the age of 14. So I completed writing my first book. It is called as Object Oriented Programming with C++. Okay, that was my first book. And it got, nobody, there were no publishers and all to publish. Okay, so what happened was that, I wrote that book completely, and I took my copy manuscript. And in Bangalore there is a road called as Avenue Road. I don't know if you have heard about it. Okay, anyone heard about Avenue Road in Bangalore? Okay, it's a very famous road for second hand books. Okay, and you'll get all kinds of publishers over there. Every kind of publishers would be there. right? So I wrote this book. I took almost 1.5 years to write this book. And then I held that photocopy of my book, the manuscript, and I went through the entire street. I went to each and every publisher. I asked, can you publish my book? Can you publish my book? Can you publish my book? Can you guess how many publishers would have rejected? How many publishers would have rejected my manuscript? Okay, almost 20, I think 28 publishers. Okay, 28 publishers said, no boss, it is not possible. I still remember 28 publishers, right? So I took almost 1.5 to 2 months going through each and every publishers. They said, no, we cannot publish and all those things. So finally I thought, boss, my dream is getting shattered. Okay, nobody are publishing my book, and that too I am just 22, and there are so many other professors who write book and it won't get published. Then finally, but still at that age I never knew that there is something called as failure. Trust me, my dear friends, today I know that there is failure, but that time I did not know failure. I was a very mad person. And what happened, I came home. Okay, so almost after 2 months, when the last publisher said he cannot publish, I came home. And just like that only, I thought, okay, so let me what is that let me try some top publishers. Okay, let me try some very top publishers. And I mailed, who are those top publishers, my dear friends? One is Pearson. Okay, the Richie's book is published by Pearson. And second is Tata McGraw-Hill. And like that, to five publishers, like Elsevier and all that, I started mailing them my I started mailing them. But trust me, after almost 1 month also, there was no reply from anyone. Nobody again replied, right? That I just told that I've written a book, can you publish? Then again I thought, I started using my creativity. By then it was almost 6 months, my friends. Trust me, it was almost 6 months, but still I did not lose hope, right? So after 6 months I thought, how can we actually make these publishers come and at least talk to me? I just want to give one, I want their only one appointment. I can make sure that the book is good. So in the C++ book, there is a chapter called as operator overloading. Okay, so what I did was that I took only that chapter, and I started mailing to all the publishers. Almost 5 to 6 publishers I mailed. You won't believe. Okay, so within 1 week's time I got some mail from 3 publications, my dear friends. 3 publications, they mailed me back saying that we want to actually have a discussion with you, and I wanted to see your book. Okay, we'll have a discussion. So then I sent them back. Out of all those 3 publications, Pearson came to me and said, see, we have liked your few chapters, so please give me your entire manuscript, and we will see if you have not copied from anyone, and if all the contents are really good, then we will go ahead and publish your book. And they made an agreement, my dear friends. Okay, and I gave them this manuscript. So what they do is they give my manuscript to different professors, people working in industries, and lot of other people. And what they do is, okay, they will basically cross verify if I have copied any content or if there is any kind of plagiarism in my book. Okay, so my dear friends, after 2 months of completely checking, okay, I got my initial advance payment from Pearson of 50,000 rupees. They told me, Subhash, we shall go ahead with the publication. Okay, now how do you feel? Okay, so at that time I became India's second youngest technical author. And okay, in Karnataka I was the first one to publish a book under Pearson banner at that age of 22 and a half. Okay, I would be some 22 years, right? So do you want to see that book here? I don't have this copy, right? I mean, soft copy. I have this. Do you want to see that book? Let me check if it is there. Give me just a moment's time. Okay, hope I'm not wasting your time. I just wanted to tell you something, that is why, right? So give me a moment. So guys, can you see this? So guys, can you see this book over here? Okay, so this is the book, guys. This is the book. Okay, so like this. So it was written at the age of 23, right? So if you can search in Google, this book is prescribed by lot of universities. Lot of universities across India has prescribed this book for C++. And you know who has published this book? This book has been published by, can you read it out? It has been published by Pearson. And the author is, Subhash K. I don't know if you can see this. It is written by Subhash K, right? It's such a big book. Okay, I've written at the age of 23 or 22. I mean, I wrote it at 21 and it got published by 23 or something, 22 and a half, 23. So now you are asking me, Subhash, why are you telling all these things, okay, when you are teaching Python? Isn't it, my dear friends? This would be your question, correct? No? So what I'm trying to tell you is, let me tell you, what I'm trying to tell you is that I wrote this book. It was not easy. I have referred some, 8 to 9 books to learn C++, okay, very thoroughly, and then write this book and then publish this book. Okay, right? So at the when I wrote this 5 chapters, let me tell you one very interesting thing. Okay, that is what I wanted to tell you. When I wrote this, by the time I wrote this 5th chapter, this book has 15 chapters, and by the time I wrote the 5th chapter, you know what happened? My mind started telling, Subhash, it's okay, give up. Okay, so it's very difficult. It is going to take another 1 year of your time. Okay, so give up. Nobody are going to publish and all those things. So that is when I called my, current wife, who, I mean, that time we were not married. Okay, so my wife, okay, I called, I mean, she was my friend that time. We were not married. I called her up and said, Avni, I think I'll have to quit my dream. I will have to drop my dream of becoming an author, right? So it is becoming very difficult. It looks like a very big mountain has to be climbed. I am not knowing what to do. So only one thing she told me that, Subhash, trust me, I am preparing for my placements using your book. Please continue. It is a fantastic book. I'm liking it. Okay, that one statement, okay, made me feel, not because she told, because she told that, I am preparing, for placements using that book. Okay, and that made me complete this book, my dear friends, right? So when you're trying to learn something new, or when you're trying to achieve something big, trust me, okay, you will definitely feel like, you have a big mountain to climb, but there is no other go. You have to climb it. Okay, don't focus on the final tip. Okay, but enjoy the process. Enjoy the process, my dear friends. You are going to find a lot of success. Okay, I found this book in my college library. Wow, nice to know, Sanjana, very nice to know. Okay, so my dear friends, what are you, okay, sir, what was your thinking behind choosing operator overloading? Zalak, I'll tell you that. Okay, I know that. Okay, so Zalak is asking, why did you think of mailing operator overloading? Because operator overloading is the toughest concept in C++ that nobody will understand. Okay, even I was not understanding how operator overloading was working. Okay, but in this 8th chapter, I have, decoded operator overloading to such a simple form. Okay, when anybody can, read this, will be able to understand. So this became an instant bestseller. This became an instant bestseller. Okay, but unfortunately this book is not under publication now, because I had a legal fight with Pearson, because they were selling this book for 500, 600 rupees, and people were taking photocopies of this, and I had to, take back my what do you call, contract from them, and now I don't publish it. I'm not having this in publication. So now my team is working to make this book online. Okay, we are working, in another 1 or 2 months time, this book will be freely available online, and I would be updating this contents of this book, on my website. Okay, so the reason I am telling you this is because, okay, I want you to be this passionate when you're actually learning here. Okay, anything for that matter, because you have already decided to make your career in programming. I want you to be this passionate. Okay, and do your, okay, do your assignments thoroughly, and trust me, my dear friends, though it looks like a big mountain to climb, I want you to definitely focus on learning, and you guys can do marvelous things. Okay, who knows, even you can write a book on, Python. Who knows, you can definitely write a book on Python. Okay, so please do write a book on Python. So if you want to write a book on Python, then you have to learn it very nicely. So it only comes through practice. I'm only the way. You understanding, my dear friends? Okay, it is, I'm only the way. Okay, so I'm just showing you, please go there. That is the way. I want you to take this opportunity, and you have to struggle on a daily basis, my dear friends. Every day I used to work till 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock night, while I was writing this book. Okay, so I had no I was no free time at all. And now then it became instant. This book made me very popular, my dear friends. Is that clear? Am I is it making sense, or am I wasting your time, guys? Am I wasting your time, or what am I trying to tell you? See, I want my students to be the best. Okay, the only way I can see that, hardly only few people have submitted assignments. I felt so bad. I felt so disappointed with the assignments. Yeah, okay, see, I have struggled. I'm teaching you guys, it is not an easy story. I have struggled, my dear friends. And anyone who have seen, if you have seen anyone, who is doing really good, they have struggled, right? No, they have really struggled, and they have, and struggle, and see, struggle is not a negative word. Okay, struggle is not a negative word. Struggle is really a very good word. You're putting your effort to achieve your dream, right? So I want you to do it. Okay, I want to do it. See, at this age of 35, okay, where everybody has a YouTube channel, I started it now. It is okay, but there is some kind of success, no? Okay, I came out of that mentality of traditional classroom and now I've started online, right? So that breaking of that thing itself is something new. Okay, I'm trying to do something new, right? It is not easy for me, okay, but with a lot of commitments, with a lot of work that I have, okay, on a daily basis, it's not easy, but I'm still doing, isn't it? So it means that even you guys might have exams, you might, you guys might have, a lot of other things, but still, okay, what is going to give you your daily bread and butter is programming. You have decided to become programmer, okay, and this is what is going to give you money. Okay, in that case you should be good at it, no? Yes or no, my dear friends? You have to be good at it, no? Then why should people pay you money? Isn't it? You have to be good at something, only then you can actually, make money out of it. Isn't it, my dear friends? Right? So I want you to go deeper into it and learn it. Okay, no? So you have to sit and learn, do, and and it should not become a burden for you. You should love it. You should start loving it, my dear friends. Is that clear? Making sense to all? Okay, so please do it. Yeah, please do it, and you will definitely find a lot of success, right? And I told you, as I told you earlier, the one thing that I really envy about you is your age. You have lot of age to try, to try something new, fail soon, again get up, try something, fail, it is okay, again get up, right? You have a lot of time. We don't have time, yeah. Okay, so you have a lot of time, so please go ahead and try doing something, okay, right? So Sneha, sir, at what age you started learning programming language? At 22, published your book. So, see, I started doing it during my college days. Okay, while I was in my sixth semester. That is a big story. One Sunday, I will do a session and I will tell you what made me, start. It's a big story. I started during my sixth semester itself, while I was in engineering. Okay, so that is the thing, right? So will you learn more deeper, my dear friends? Will you become more serious? Yes, no? So I've given you the proof about my books and all that. Now nothing else here. I want you to do it. Okay, no? So my dear friends, let me tell you, this was just the beginning. Once this became a bestseller, who came next? Any idea who came next? Who came next, my dear friends? Okay, McGraw-Hill, one of the world's best publications came to me and said, why don't you write another book on cracking the C++ and Java interview, right? Only one success. After that, success will follow, right? McGraw-Hill came and now they have published, and yearly how much I get without doing any work? Almost I'll get 1 lakh rupees just into my bank account, right? I think this year, this is March ending, right? This is a financial year ending. Recently I got some 1,15,000 rupees into my bank account, and because of the books, so many books have sold. The cracking the C++ and Java interview book has got sold. Okay, it is not about the money that is coming in, but the kind of people are actually reading. So many people are reading my books, okay, and they will remember me through my books, my dear friends. Okay, so that is the reason. Yeah, even you too can do it. Only thing is initial struggle. See, one success. Okay, any hero also, if he sees one movie successful, then fully everything is, even it is flop also, he'll become superstar. Yes or no? Yes or no, guys? Okay, understanding what I'm saying? Yes. So wait for that one success and rest automatically continues. Wait for that one success. Okay, and it is possible. Okay, right? Okay, so having said that, so someone is asking, what is your daily motivation? Mike On. Mike On is my daily motivation. That's all. I always, Mike On. Okay, Mike On. He is my greatest motivation. No one else. I don't follow anyone else. I don't follow motivational speaker and all that. Okay, so sir, if you want to buy your book instead of Richie, Richie is for C language and my book is on C++. Okay, so always prefer Richie's book. If you want to read book, read Richie's book. Okay, mine can come next. First is always my God's book, that is Richie's book. Is that clear, guys? Always read Richie's book, right? So first is my God and then mine. Is that okay? First preference to Richie only. Anyways, so guys, shall we get back? Shall we get back? Yeah. Okay. Having said that, so this is, so did you understand till here, guys? I think, did I waste your time? Yeah, I think I wasted some 10 minutes. So did I waste, or you are really understood what is that has to be done? Okay. So I felt I wanted to tell you this, right? So anyways, right? Okay. So guys, till here, did you understand? Okay. Till here, sets, how to work on sets and all that. Okay. And now having said that, so guess the output is done. So this is called as a self-observation program. Can you do this? Self-observation program. I want you to see all these things. When I say self-observation, what I want you to do is practice, see this, what I've written, and see, okay, list is there. And I'm now creating a list with another list. Okay. See, I'm adding this, set as part of the list function. Then I am creating a list using a tuple over here. Did you see that? Okay, see how I have actually written this material. Okay, see, I'm creating a list with particular dictionary over here. To the list I'm giving dictionary. Did you see that? So I want you to see this is how I want you to do different combination of list like this and practice out. Okay, so I can tell you what is the output, but until you do it, you will not be able to get it. Okay, so here I'm doing an extend and all such kind of things. So can you do this? Though I've given output, okay, I want you to do it once again and do it. And not try to put, instead of list over here, put set everywhere. Put set everywhere, put tuple everywhere, put dictionary everywhere, and see different combinations, how it works. So when you see these different combinations, okay, automatically you will get to know, you will arrive at a generic formula kind of thing, okay, and you will know how to what is that when you come at you will arrive at a kind of generic formula as to you'll know how these Python data structures are working. Okay, will you do that? Okay, that is why I call this as a self observation program, right? So if you were in my traditional classroom, like how I used to do it for 5 years back, then I wouldn't have left you out of my classroom until you do all these things practically and show it to me. But unfortunately now I'll not be able to do it, but still I'm asking you over WhatsApp, so please make sure you do it. Okay, right. Now this is a very important interview question, my dear friends. So I want you to observe here very carefully and let us do it together. Okay. So solving the same problem using list version, dictionary version, and set version. And now you have to tell me which version is the best. Is that okay? Now you have to tell me which version is the best. Is that clear? Yes? Okay. Now, what is the program name? What is the program name? What is the program name? Display the vowels found in the given word. Okay, so I am going to give you a word, and in that you have to find whether vowels are there, and you have to display the vowels that are found in that particular word. Is that clear? Okay, so having said that, now listen, right? So version 1. Okay, so I'll keep asking you what are these, what is this, what is this, you keep answering my question. Okay, so first one, what is this? Keep answering. What is this? Okay, it is a list of what? You should tell me what is it. List of? It is a list of what? List of a list of vowels are list of strings. No, it is a list of strings. No, hello, it is a list of strings. No, yes or no? A, E, I, O, U, they are strings, a single character strings. Okay, okay. Now what is the next word? What is the next thing happening? In the next, what is happening is input, provide a word to search for vowels. Okay, so I am going to give a word as Subhash. I'm going to give a word as Subhash. Okay, how is it taken? How is it taken? Okay, yeah, there is a small typo. Okay, it is a list, right? It is a list, right? Okay, so how is it taken? It is taken as a string. Okay, now, so what is word containing? Is word containing a list or a string? What is the word containing? A list or a string? Put that in the chat box quickly. It is a taking a string. Okay, fine. Now, is word a sequence? Is word a sequence? Yes or no? Word is a sequence. Okay, what is the first letter? What is the first letter? What will be there here in the first letter? It would be yes, correct? No, so shall I enter into this loop? Shall I enter into this loop? It will enter into that. If that s is there in vowels, if letter in vowels, is letter in vowels? No. Will I enter into this if condition? Will I enter into this if condition? Yeah. Will I enter? Absolutely no, isn't it? Now where does the control go to? Okay, it will not enter into this if condition. Where will the next control go to? The control will go back to the for. Okay, and then it will take the next character, next letter, isn't it? So that letter will be stored where? In which variable? What is the name of the variable? It will be stored. So what is letter containing now? What is letter containing now? It is containing you. Okay, now shall I enter into this for loop now once again? Okay, so if this u in vowels, is u in vowels, is this u in vowels? Yes or no? It is there. So what will I do now? What will I do? I will print that on the screen, correct? So you will get printed, correct? You will get printed. Okay, what is the next thing that I will do? What is the next thing that I have to do? Tell me. I will have to, okay, go back to the for loop. Okay, so what is the next letter that I will take? B. So B will sit in letter. Again, I'll enter into this for loop. If B in vowels, is B in vowels? It is not there, isn't it? So therefore, I will not enter into this print. Then again, I'll go back to the for loop. I will take H. Okay, if H in vowels, no. Therefore, I will not print that also. Then I'll take A. Again, A will get stored into letter. If A in vowels, if A in vowels, it is there. No, then what happens? I will enter into this if condition. Okay, and then I will print, right? So what will get printed? A will get printed. And again, I will go back to the for loop. In the for loop, what will I take? I'll take S over here. Okay, so if S in vowels, if S in vowels, no, right? So I'll not print it. Again, I'll take H. H is not there in vowels. So what will get printed on the screen? U and A. Correct? No? Yes or no, guys? Did you understand this program? Okay, did you understand this program? Okay, cool. So shall we go to the next one now? You understood this now. So shall we go to the next one? Okay, so which version is it? Whether is it a list version, dictionary version, or a set version? Which version is this? This is a list version. Okay, it's a very important interview question. Okay, okay. So now we will do one more list version. Let us see what happens over here. Okay, so can you, okay, there is this mistake, this is a list. Okay, so what is this? What is this? It is a, I want you to, yeah, it is a list of string. Okay, so what is the word that I'm giving? S U B H A S H. I'll give this string. Now, okay, so what is this? What is this? What is this? See, I'm going line by line and I'm keep asking, I'm asking you questions so that you will answer me. I want you to answer. It is an empty list, correct? So I have an empty list. I have an empty list. Okay, right. So next, what is there in word? What is there in word? What is there in word? Okay. Okay. First thing is word is containing Subhash. Word is containing Subhash. No, word is containing Subhash. Okay, small Subhash. Now, so from that word, I'll take the first letter. What is that first letter? S. Right. I'm taking the first letter. I will enter into this. If letter in vowels, if letter in vowels, yes or no, it is not there. So can I, will I enter into this, construct? Will I enter into this? No. So this will fail, and therefore where will I go now again? I will not enter into this. Okay, rather where will I go now? Again, I'll come back to the for loop, right? Now, what is the next word that I have to take? Sorry, next letter that I have to take? I'll have to take U, no? I'll take U. So that U will come and sit in letter, right? The next letter, U will come and sit in letter. Now again, I'll enter into this loop. If U in vowels, if U in vowels, it is there. So therefore, shall I enter into this, control structure, selective control structure? I'm entering into this. And then if letter not in found, if letter not in found, if letter not in found, this is found is an empty list. Letter not in found, true, no, it is not there, no, it is not there. If it is not there, what I will do? I will append that to it. If it is not there, I will append that. Okay, so shall I append it? I'm adding it to it. Okay, so what is that? What is the letter? It is U, right? And once it is done, where should I go back? Once it is done, where should I go back? Tell me, where should I go back? I will have to go back to the for loop, right? And then what happens in for in the next letter? What is the next letter? I will take B, right? I'll take B, and letter will contain B. If it is letter in vowels, if letter in vowels, yeah, it is not there. So I will not enter into this. Okay, and then again I'll take the next letter, that is H. Okay, H will get stored into letter. Again, I'll not enter into this. Like this, finally I'll come to A. A will be taken. If letter in vowels, if letter in vowels, yeah, yes or no? Letter in vowels. Okay, so then in that case, letter not in found, oh sorry, yeah, letter not in found, it is not in found, correct? No, it is not there in this found, and then what will I do? I'll append it, right? Okay, now what if I have one more U over here? Tell me, I have one more U. Will this U come and sit in this particular list, my dear friends? Tell me, if the word is Subhashu, if it is Subhashu, right? So will it come over here? Okay, no. Why? Only if letter is not in found, only then it will append, correct? No, because I just want to know whether these vowels are there in this, string or not, isn't it? So if I have one more U over here, it will not. So I wanted to try it out like this, right? Putting a U and all that. Okay, so like how I'm going through each and every line, each and every, okay, it will not. Yes, yes, Ashutosh, yes, in this one, yes. Okay, so now I'm just improvising on this, right? Now, having said that, did you understand this version 1 and version 2? Okay, so I'm just trying to display the vowels found in the given word, right? Okay, now we will go to version 3. Okay, now in version 3, what am I doing here? What is that I'm doing in this one? Okay, can you tell me what am I doing in this case now, my dear friends? Okay, so first, what is this? What is this? Are you seeing the way I'm improvising the code here? Are you seeing the way I'm improvising the code? Okay, right? So are you getting an idea how to build code using list and dictionary, and are you understanding what is the usage of all these data structures? Are you understanding the application slowly, why, where this could be used and all that, my dear friends? Hello, yes or no? Are you able to understand where this can be used and all that? Okay, now I'm coming to this, right? So now having, what is vowels? What is this? Keep answering my question. What is this? What is this, guys? It is a list, isn't it? This is a list, correct? No, list of strings. Okay, now what is this? What is this? What is this? It is basically input function, this one. So I will take, say, Subhashu. Okay, so let me take Subhashu. Okay, Subhashu, right? I'm taking Subhashu. Okay, now, so what is this one? Yeah, found. What is found? Okay, it is basically a dictionary. Is it a set or dictionary? Is it a set or dictionary? Okay, it is a empty dictionary, correct? What if I wanted to create an empty set? How do I do that? If suppose I wanted to create an empty set, how will I do that? Yes, yes, I'll just say set, correct? Okay, now what am I doing here, my dear friends? What am I doing over here? What am I doing over here? Here. Okay, set is okay, done. That is done. So what am I doing in this lines? What am I doing? What am I doing? Can you tell me what am I doing here? Guys, hello, I want you to tell me what am I doing here? Here, you forgot? You forgot what I'm doing? It was an empty dictionary assigning a value to the key, correct? So how will the dictionary be created? Colon, did you see that? Associating that with a value. Okay, no? A key will be there, E, and then associating it with what? One second. E, AE is 0. AE, I will be 0. Okay. AEIO will be 0. Okay. And U will be 0. Okay. No, this is basically a dictionary and it is called found. Hello. Is that clear? This set of lines are doing this. Hello. Is that clear till here? Is that clear? Okay. Now let us start from here now. Okay. So tell me what happens. First is word. What is there in word? What is there in word, Subhash? So first letter will be S. First letter will be S, correct? First letter will be S. Okay. So I'm taking that letter and asking if S in vowels, if S in vowels, guys, if S in vowels, no, right? So what will I do? I will not enter into this if condition. Then what happens? Where should I go now? Where will the control go to? Where will the control go to? The control will go to the for once again, correct? So I'll pick up the next letter. Okay, I will pick up the next letter. What is the next letter? What is the next letter? Next letter is U, no? The next letter is U. Okay, so if U in vowels, if U in vowels, yes, it is there. In that case, what will I do? Found, that is found. This is found. F. Okay, found of letter. What is found of letter? F of U, right? Found of U, right? What is that? F of U, okay, will be equal to F of U plus 1. Correct? No? What is this one? What is this? How do you write this? Okay, this can be considered as found of letter. Found of letter is equal to, you remember we had done this in our previous dictionary lesson. We had something like this. You remember? If you remember, get found of letter plus 1, correct? I did this, correct? Now, so what will happen in this case? What will found of letter will give you? Tell me, what will found of letter will give you? Okay, found of letter, in our case letter is U, so found of U will give me what? Found of U, this is the key value, and it's this is the key and its value would be 0, right? 0 plus 1. Okay, so 0 plus 1 is 1, so 1 will get added to that U, so therefore this 0 will get updated as 1. Am I right? Yeah, do you guys understand what I'm saying? Okay, so I'll initially take its value and then I will add 1 to it, therefore the value will get updated, correct? The value will get updated with that. Okay, okay. And then, okay, so then can you tell me what will happen in this case? What all will get updated over here? What all will get updated? Can you tell me? Okay, I think guess A will get updated, and again U will get updated to 2, isn't it? Yes or no? A will become 1, A will become 1, and U will become 2, because finally we have one more 2 right at the end. So 2. Am I right? Did you understand this? Yeah, hello guys, did you understand this? Yeah, yes sir, in dictionary we did str books. Okay, right guys, did you understand this now? Okay, fine. So did you see that using a dictionary I am updating the vowels found in my word? Did you see that using dictionary I am updating this, correct? And then I am using this. Okay, if I want to take the value key and value pair, what is the method used? If I want to take the key and a value from this particular dictionary items, okay, and I'm taking it in the sorted. Sorted is a function which is used to sort this key value pairs and then give the value, so that I will get it in the same order, A, E, I, O, U order. Okay, and I'm printing it over here. K was found V times. Is that clear? Hello guys, do you understand? So I would get K, A was found was 1 time, and then I'll get E was found 0 times, like that I'll be printing it. Okay, so did you see the first list version, second list version, and the version 3 where I'm using dictionaries? Okay, now shall we move ahead? Shall we move ahead? Okay, now I have also written, because I've seen this few candidates giving this during my interview when I was in company, and when I used to ask this interview question, they used to give me this answer, crashing version. Okay, this is a crashing version, so I want you to be very careful with this. So can you tell me what happens and tell me, okay, tell me where it will get crashed. Can you tell me? Just see this. I'm not explaining it to you. You tell me in which line it will get crashed. I'm giving you 1 minute time. So just tell me in which line will it get crashed. Guys, in which line is it going to get crashed? 6, line 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Correct? No? It is in line 6. Okay. You want me to explain this or you understood this? How many want me to explain this? Okay, let's got it. Okay, we'll do from first. Just keep answering my question. Just keep answering my question. I'll explain. Listen. Okay. First one is what? Keep answering my question. Okay. So what is this one? Okay, I'm going to explain this. So see here. So what is this first line? It is a list. You should always say full list of strings, correct? It is a list of strings. Okay. So I am taking an input word. So I'll call it as Subhashu. Okay, Subhashu. Subhashu. Okay. And now, so what is this? It is an empty dictionary, correct? It is an empty dictionary. So what is the dictionary having? It is empty. No key value pairs are assigned now. I have not given any key value pairs over here, correct? So this is found. This is found. Dictionary is an empty dictionary. Now, so first, okay, what is word containing? What is word containing? Guys, tell me. What is word containing? Word is containing Subhashu. I'll take the first letter, that is yes. S will get stored into letter. S will get stored into letter. Okay, and get into this, right? And then if of what is letter here? What is letter? S. Is S in vowels? Is S in vowels? If S in vowels, no, right? So in that case, what am I doing over here? Okay, this line, what does this line become? Okay, this line will become found of S is equal to found of S plus 1. Found of S is equal to found of S plus 1, isn't it? So now when S in vowels, okay, so I'll not be able to get inside, right? Will I get into it? I will not even get into it, isn't it, my dear friends? Yes or no? So S in vowels is not there, so I'll not get into it. Yeah, I will not get into it, right? But anyways, this line is going to become like this, but I'm not going to get into this, isn't it? So this is, I'm not getting into this. Let us see that. Okay, so I will not enter into this if. What is the next letter? Okay, next is the next one. Okay, it becomes U, right? So guys, is that okay? When it is yes, I will not enter into this because yes in vowels is false, right? I will not enter into this. And the next one is I'll take the letter U. Okay, so that U will go and store in letter. And then if U in vowels is U in vowels, yeah, U in vowels, correct? Okay, so now this will become what? Found of U is equal to found of U plus 1, correct? No, found of U plus 1. Now tell me, what is found of U? Is there any found of U? Is there a key over here? Is there a key over here? No, right? If, but in the previous case, you see the problem was that, okay, I already created an empty dictionary and assigned 0 to every keys. Did you see that? I had assigned a 0 to every keys, and that is why this did not give any kind of problem. Whereas here I have not created, or I have not given any initial values to this dictionary. If you notice, I'm not given any initial value to this dictionary and I've kept it empty. And when I'm trying to pick the value for that particular key, that key is first of all not there. So what kind of value it can give, isn't it? So this will result in a crashing. This program will, give you a runtime error. Is that clear? That is why I called it as a crashing version. Hello, there is no key at all. You only, then how will I update it? It is not possible, right? This will give you an error. Okay, did you understand? There's one more version. Okay, so shall we see the version 4? Shall we see the version 4? Hello guys, I'm going to the version 4 now. Okay, okay, let me see this over here. 1 minute. Let me write it in a, okay, let us start here itself. Okay, so keep answering my question again from first. What is this? What is this? What is this, guys? It is a list of strings. Okay, it is a list of strings. Okay, so I'm taking one string Subhashu. I'm taking Subhashu. Okay, so I've taken what is that? I've taken a empty. What is this? Tell me. What is this? I will not tell you. Empty dictionary. Okay, I've taken an empty dictionary. Okay. Next, what happens is that I'm taking this. What is word containing? What is word? What will word contain? Put that in the chat box. What will word contain? Word will contain Subhashu, right? So I'll take the first letter and put it into this variable letter, and then I'll say if letter in vowels. Is letter in vowels? Is letter in vowels? Hello guys, is letter in vowels? No, right? So therefore I'll not enter into this if condition, and then I will take the next letter from Subhashu, that is U. Okay, so if U in vowels, my dear friends, if U in vowels, yes, no. So I'll enter into this. So before updating this, what am I doing here? You remember we did this earlier. Now today we did this earlier kind of thing. Okay, so in one of the guess the output we had done this. Okay, so what will happen when I do set default letter to 0? First it was an empty dictionary. Okay, so before updating, what am I doing? I'm saying by default give the letter a value of 0. So I will say u and I will give a value of 0, isn't it? So this will be my dictionary. So this is what is creating, and now I will update this value. So what will this become? This becomes found of u is equal to found of, sorry, found of u is equal to found of u plus 1. Okay, so because we did set default, found of u will become what? Found of u will become what here? 0 plus 1. Okay, so this will become 1, and 1 will get stored into found of u. So therefore this will get updated to, this will get updated to 1. Right? Guys, is that clear? This becomes 1. Is that clear, guys? Hello? Right? Okay, so fine then. So, and once this will happen, so what will happen? U will be, I think, 2, and yeah, I think, am I sorting it? Yes, I'm sorting it. Therefore, this will be A as 1, and U will be as, okay, 2. Is that clear, guys? Is that clear? Hello, guys, is that clear? Guys, is it really clear? Am I fast? Am I fast, or you are able to follow? Okay. Now, see the beauty. Now the see the beauty using set. Okay. Now vowels is equal to set A E I O U. Okay. So what will be there in the set, guys? Can you tell me? Okay. So vowels is equal to set A E I O U. So there will be a vowels. Okay, vowels, and it is containing. It is nothing but a set which says A E I O and U. Okay, this is your set. Now input provide a word to search for vowels. Okay, so Subhashu or something like that. Okay, Subhashu, right? So vowels, guys, did you see that in one line I've done my things? Okay, instead of searching and all that. Okay, so what is that I've done? Okay, vowels dot intersection set of word. Okay, so this word, okay, here from, we'll start from here. Okay, set word. What will happen when I give the string to the set? What will happen, guys? Tell me what will happen when I say set of word. Set of word, this will be, what will set of word become? This will become a set. No, it will become yes, U, B, H, A, S, H. Okay, so this will become one set, isn't it? So yes or no, my dear friends? Hello, yes or no? And then what am I doing? I am saying vowels dot intersection. Okay, I'm intersecting this one and this one. So what will happen? So what will intersection give you? What will intersection will give you? Will give you the common elements, isn't it? So it will see whether that element is there or not, and after that it will put that into the found. Correct? Now, so found is now a set now. So what will found contain? What will found contain? Can you tell me? After doing the vowels is nothing but this. So this one and this one, when you intersect, you'll get the common elements, right? So what will you get? A and U, and yes or no? I'll get A and U, and I'll just say right, for vowel in found. Okay, and I'm just printing it. Correct? No. So did you see how much easy it is to write code using the sets when you actually compare it with list and dictionary and all that? Yes or no? Did you notice it? Guys, is it making sense? Just by using an intersection you will be able to find out what is there. Okay, so it means I'm not saying set is the best, or list is the best, or dictionary is the best, right? Like, but still what I'm trying to tell you is you should know, in interviews they might ask you how do you replace and all that, so you should be in a position to tell this. Okay, guys, is that clear? Understood what I'm saying here? Hello guys, is that clear? Okay, so okay. Okay, let us see how many guess the output is there. Only few guess the output is there. We will do that quickly. Okay. Oh, okay. But it doesn't allow duplicates. So is list preferred? Up to you. Whatever your project needs, whatever your code needs, you can do it. I just showed you how you can replace. That's all. Okay. So it's up to you. I just show you different versions. That's all. Okay, Balaji. Right? Balaji, is that okay? Right? Okay. So guys, the output I've already given. Okay. So what is the output? What is the problem here? Can you tell me? Guys, what is the, okay, so guys, you understand this? I have already given you the output. So I am trying to reference a variable that is not created at all. First of all, I'm saying count is equal to count plus 1, where inside this function the count is not created at all. So in that case, That's the reason it gives you an error. Hello, is that okay? Is this clear? Okay, so I want you to assignment. You remember we had discussed somewhere called as global, bringing the context of global variable into this function. You remember that? Okay, so how do you do that? Which keyword is used? Okay, okay, go to functions and cross verify this. See, this is how you have to learn. Go to functions chapter, and in this functions chapter, I've given you an example similar to this. Okay, I want you to cross verify that example with this one so that you will be, you'll understand how it works. What is the difference, you'll understand. Okay, clear? Is that okay, guys? Guys, will you do that? Okay, I've discussed this same kind of problem in functions. Just cross verify that. Okay, all right. Next, this one. Can you tell me what is the output? I don't know why I gave this output here. It should, okay. So will this give any error? Can you tell me what happens? Okay, just see. So I have this example. I'm calling this example function. So list dot append will happen. Okay, so it gets appended to that list itself, global list itself, and it happens here like this. Okay, fine. I think you can cross verify this. Okay, so there is no error here also. No error. I just gave you different version. Okay. Okay, guys, can you try this out? Can you just try this out here for now? Okay, just try this out. Try this now itself, right now, 13th one. Do this here. Okay, just cross verify one by one. Can anyone talk to me? Is it possible anyone to talk to me so that we can have a discussion? What will happen here? Okay, you do one thing. Tell the output. I will copy paste this into the what is that? Into the terminal and show you the output. Okay, just check this. And is there anyone who can discuss so that we can discuss? Else I'll not know what is running in your mind. Okay, you tell me the output. We'll see later. Ankur, you want to try? You'll talk to me. Can you unmute yourself?
Hello.
Yeah, Ankur, you are ready?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Ankur, so shall we start from here?
Yeah. So initially we are calling the function example.
Yeah, first of all, we have a list
So
here, right?
first I is a list.
Yeah, I think it is a L. Anyways, okay, it's a list.
L is a list
Okay.
of 1, 2. Then we are calling the example function. So we go to the example function there, and L is empty list.
We are creating one more list, isn't it?
Yeah, empty list we are creating.
It means is this L getting updated? It means is this L and is this L both are same?
No, different.
It should be different, right? I want to,
Yeah.
okay, fine. Okay, this is different. Okay, next. So fine. So it is creating an empty list, right? So it
Yeah.
means
Then
how many list objects are there on the heap?
2.
Okay, so first one with 1 and 2, the other one is an empty list, correct? Okay.
Yeah.
Next what happens?
Then we'll print the ID of that list.
This L refers to this list, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, right.
I mean L of empty list.
Okay. Yeah. So can you give me some dummy address for now?
100.
Okay.
Then I'll print L, which is basically an empty list.
Okay, I'll print an empty list. Okay. Then what happens?
Then I'll go back to the print ID of L. Okay. So that will be 200, for example.
So which L are you referring to? The
first list, 1, 2.
Okay, so this will be say 200, correct?
Yeah. Then I'll again print L, which is the global.
Okay. So guys, is it right? Is Ankur right? Guys, hello, is Ankur right? Okay. So can you try this out? I'm not trying it out. You try it out. Okay. Will you try it out? Try this out. Okay. All right. Next, 14th one. Ankur, can you try this?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So initially we'll L is the list 1, 2, basically same thing. Then we'll call example function. Over there we are saying global L. So we are taking pointing out to the same list what is been created initially.
Okay.
So from there we are making it an empty list.
Okay, so you mean to say that this is getting overwritten? Making you think?
Yeah.
Guys, is it making you think here? Hello, guys, is it making you think? Okay, so before going, okay, we will do that. But before, after the class, before coming to this, I want you to go and read functions chapter. I want you to read functions chapter, understand global, how global works. Okay, and then come back over here and then do. Okay, but now let us see what Ankur has to say, and then you can, after the class, you can cross verify and post the answer in the group. Is that okay? Ankur, is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Shall we do that way?
Yeah.
Because if I tell you now, then you will not go and do it out. I want you to go try it out. Is it okay with everyone?
But
Okay.
I think, sir, both the IDs will be the same. I feel so.
You tell me the output, we'll see that. Okay, we'll do that practically after the class. I mean, I
Okay.
want you to do it practically. Okay, so what do you mean by global L? What are you trying to say by saying global L?
I'm from the stack. It is pointing out to the same heap.
No, global says that, try to bring the scope of this global variable into my current, function context, right? No.
Yeah, L is basically 1,2 there.
That is what I'm trying to say. That is okay. You get the global L to my current
Yeah.
context. Okay. Now, so when I say L is equal to list, you are saying that the old list is getting updated.
Yes.
That's what you feel. But let's see, even if it is wrong, it's okay. What is running in your mind with your concept?
I feel that L is basically an empty list now.
And so this one has become an empty list now. That is what you're saying, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
So you are trying to say now that we already had a list with two values, 1 and 2, but now we are updating that with an empty list, is what you're trying to say, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. We'll see. Okay, then what I'm going to do?
Then the idea of that list.
So, okay. So do you think this list, this cell and this, okay, give me some address.
100.
Okay. I'm printing that value. So what will get printed over here?
Empty list.
Guys, what do you think will get printed? Empty list. Okay. Then I'll come back.
Yeah, I'll come back. Then I'll print the ID of that list. Basically,
100 only?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Guys, what will be when you print, what will happen? You told you already updated it, no?
Yeah. Then it has to be an empty list only.
Okay.
But now I'm confused more. I think it is.
No, don't worry. Confusion is what I want. See, why do you think I gave you this example of what do you mean by guess the output? It means there is some kind of confusion, isn't it?
Yes.
Yes or no? Guys, yes or no here? What do you mean by giving this? I want you to get confused. And I purposefully called, I asked if someone can talk to me is because I want to know what is running in your mind, right? So I want this confusion to happen. So what will happen now? You will go and try this out. And then, when you refer to this functions chapter, you will be clearing lot of doubts in this, correct? So will you do that? Guys, can you do that, please? Ankur, will you do that and post it in the group?
Yeah.
Especially I want you to post this in the group because you are the one who are actually discussing this with me. So I want you to post it.
Sure.
Okay.
Sure.
Guys, is that okay? Will you do that? Hello, everyone. Okay, so Ankur will definitely do it because he has told me. Now others, okay, will hide. I am sure most of them will not do. Anyways. So Ankur, so quickly read out the assignments and then we will wind up.
Yeah. So write a program.
One second, Ankur. One second. One second, Ankur. Guys, please, for heaven's sake, for God's sake, don't miss tomorrow's class because tomorrow I am starting. What, Ankur? What am I starting tomorrow?
Objects.
Exactly.
Or
Object-oriented
thinking.
Okay, I would be bringing the object-oriented concepts and I will be teaching you object-oriented thinking. Okay, so from tomorrow there will be less of programming assignments and more of concepts. Okay, so we will be learning object-oriented thinking in Python. Okay, so don't miss tomorrow's session. It's going to be really a super awesome session. Okay, yeah, I'm going to give you the meaning of class, objects, and all those things, right? So you don't need to attend any other sessions apart from my object-oriented class. I'm going to make it super awesome. So please do listen to me. Please, attend the session tomorrow. Okay. Okay. So Ankur, can you quickly read out those assignments?
Yes, sir. So first one is write a program to read a line from a file and remove all the extra spaces between the words and rewrite that into another file.
Okay, clear? Is the question clear? Ankur, clear? Not clear?
Yes, sir. Clear.
Guys, everyone clear? Or you want Ankur to explain it once again? Okay, read a line from a file and remove all the extra space between words and re-enter in another file. Okay, that is okay. Ankur, can you tell me and give me an example?
Yeah. So in file one, if it is Ankur space Subhash space programming space classes, then all the extra spaces, whatever are there, that will be removed, and Ankur space, Subhash space, programming space classes will be printed in another file.
Correct. Guys, is that okay? Hello, guys, is that okay? Right. Next one.
So second one is write a program to print all digits found in a file that is filled with text and digits.
Okay. You have
So
explain.
So basically, in file one, if there are multiple alphanumerical characters, then we'll be taking out only the digits and printing it.
Is it printing it or write a program to print? Yeah. Okay, you'll have to print it, right? So what could be the method that you'll be using? In strings, we had learned few methods to find whether it is a digit or not, isn't it?
Each digit, dot each
so
digit.
something that, so you can make use of some methods like that and do it, right? Okay, next.
Write a program to reverse the words in a string.
Assignment was there in the previous, assignment section, correct? Reverse the words in a string. Yeah. Okay. Next.
Write a program to find number of words in a file. Even this was there.
Okay. Next.
Write a program to read a file and print number of times the letter
This
A
also
has
was
been
done.
Yes, sir.
Okay, next.
Write a program interleave two lines in a file with each letter. For example, two lines can be hello, how are you? Hello, I am fine.
Okay.
Must be output HHELL.
Okay, interleave these. Okay, HH, EO, is that HH?
ELLLL.
Oh, with this. Okay, so H, there are three. Hello, where is it? Hello, how are you? Hello, I am fine. Okay, so interline, what is it doing? Here, right? H, that is HH. I think it is HH, this H and H. Okay, and then E and where is this? This E and what I've done, I myself don't know what I'm doing here. Okay, so I think what I'm write a program to interleave two lines, okay, in a file with each letters. Which are the two lines? These are the two lines, right? It should be, I think it should be HH, E, E, okay, LL, like that. Okay, these are two lines, okay, and you'll have to, this is wrong, okay, and it should interleave each letters from each line, correct? And then you'll have to write is HH, EE, and LL, and then it should continue, right? So just like that. Guys, you understand this? Interleaving two letters from two lines. Okay, this is wrong. I just messed it up. Okay, that clear? And
I guess it should be H space. I mean H, then L, then H, that way.
No, H. I think I've given you this assignment in the previous section also. I think I've given this. Interleaving. Guys, is it there? I think it is there, no?
No, sir, I haven't.
Okay, it means H, okay, then E, just interleaving these two, okay, two lines, okay, take one letter from this, attach with this, and then take the next letter, attach with this, then take the next one,
Okay,
like that, keep attaching that and making it as one string. That's all. Quite easy.
Okay.
Right? Yeah. So fine. So what is the assignment, guys? I think you have some confusion here, isn't it? Not a confusion. It's a very easy topic. Very, very easy topic. Okay. So if you can just go to this chapter of functions global, because I cannot open that file now. I don't have that file on this mission. Okay. If you can open that file and the functions chapter and see global, and you'll be able to understand, and print the ID and you'll automatically get to know. Can you do that, guys? Okay. And try this out also, 13 also. Is that okay? And try the rest. Okay. Hello. Is that clear? Yeah. Okay. And guys, one more thing what I want you to observe is that, see here, set is, this is a global one, but I'm able to add it over here. And this is a dictionary, I'm able to update over here. List, I'm able to update over here. But when I say a normal variable count, I'm not able to do it over here. Okay, so that is the reason I want you to cross verify those functions and you will be able to understand, especially guess the output. I want you to do it right now after the class and post the what is that, answers in the group. Okay, will you do that, guys? Will you do that? Yes, no? Hello. So Ankur, there? Ankur,
yes, sir.
Thanks, Ankur. Thanks for being with me.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay. So guys, meet you tomorrow. Okay, with object-oriented thinking in Python. Okay. So don't miss that session. I'm going to discuss about classes, objects, and all that. Okay. Clear? right? Okay, so tomorrow there won't be any lesson chapter, or I mean, I won't be sending any PDF because there is nothing written in any material. It is all completely oral, and I would be giving you a lot of diagrams and all that. I mean, I will be doing it over here. Okay, there is no chapter specifically for that. There is no lesson, there is no PDF for tomorrow's class. Okay, I'm going to discuss some object oriented thinking in general. Okay, so nothing related to Python tomorrow. It is an overview of object oriented thinking. Okay, a general meaning of what do you mean by class, what do you mean by objects, and all that. Okay, guys, is that okay? Hello, right? Okay, so fine. Do practice all these things by yourself. Okay, and most of your doubts, trust me, will be cleared once you start practicing it by yourself, my dear friends. Okay, so having said that, meet you tomorrow. Until then, take care. Bye bye. Love you all so much. Okay, have a wonderful night. Take care, guys. Bye bye. See you.
Sir, if possible, can you just
Tell me, tell me.
send that YouTube link of tomorrow's session so that we'll for everyone.
What is it?
That
YouTube link of
tomorrow session, whatever we have for object oriented thinking. You said that we don't have notes, no, for that particular session,
okay.
so we can refer to it
After the
whenever
class,
we. Yeah.
okay. I will think over it. Is that okay?
Okay, sir.
Okay, I'll think over it and I'll see how long to make it available for you and I'll try to give it to you. Okay.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, fine then. I mean, I don't think you need a session or I mean, you don't need a thing because it's going to be like a story. You will remember the story for. Anyways, let me see. Okay, you tell me
Okay.
after the class, then we'll see. Okay.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, fine then, man. Chalo, take care, man. Bye bye. See you.